Welcome to the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. Paul Jones along with Sherman Hamilton. The Raptors getting set to face the Charlotte Hornets. But Sherman, it's that time of the year. We're about halfway through the season. The All-Star game coming up. It's on everybody's lips in New Orleans. And DeMar DeRozan named by the media, the players, and the coaches to start for the Eastern Conference.
And well-deserved. I think DeMar did a great job establishing who he was at the beginning of the season by scoring the basketball, but the consistency with which he's done it. And I tell you what, when teams have to game plan for you and they know how difficult you are, that's what gets you the respect, and that's what gets you into their good books. And the fact that DeMar gets voted in after a guy who's been at the All-Star game a couple of years, to me it says that he's continually growing, and we're watching it happen before our eyes. But you and I know this, a lot of people know this. You couldn't have met a better player/person and be around and have to work around a guy like DeMar.
He has been terrific, and Sherm, he's getting those numbers in a winning situation because, as we've said before, there's been, folks, make no mistake about it, a clear delineation between 1 and 2 in the East all year, Cleveland and Toronto, and then 3 to 11. That group has shuffled consistently. And Sherm, for my money, I think you're going to see Kyle Lowry there voted in as well. All right, let's get to the team and the health update. DeMarre Carroll went through shoot-around, game-time decision, and Jared Sullinger looks like he's healthy, and great sense of humor on the kid. He looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, and that's a great sign. I thought, you know, he had a very good first run out there, so to speak, in terms of his first shift on the floor. His movement looked good. I mean, his instincts were very good as well. He just did some positive things that made you think that he might be completely over this injury, which would be a great sign. Now, towards the end of his second shift, you saw him kind of wane a bit and playing against
a little fatigue.
Yeah, a little fatigue, and that's expected. Yeah. But, you know, playing against a Joel Embiid who has that length and that shooting ability, it's a difficult matchup. But I thought he did a great job, and I think if we're trying to project forward to what he can add to the situation from a thinking standpoint, the way he reads the game, he can help this team out. But I just thought that his ability to use his body, clear space, rebound the basketball, and present himself as an option when DeMar got double-teamed, I thought it was phenomenal.
Oh, you'll hear later. He says he learned a lot of it just from sheerly watching. All right, Sherm, the opponent tonight, the Charlotte Hornets, a team that had a 6-1 start, took advantage of an easy schedule. The schedule's kind of caught up to them. They're at 500 now, but still a dangerous team. And a lot of people will be watching that point guard matchup with Kyle Lowry and another guy that might get voted in as Kemba Walker.
Yeah, they won their last game against Portland, but they had a tough road stretch where they didn't win a game of 5 games. So they're in a position now where you got to start to figure out through the doldrums of this point of the season how to be that better team than they've been. But as you said, the point guard matchup's going to be phenomenal. Kemba Walker, he's just so explosive, his quickness. And now, we've talked about this before, he can shoot the basketball. Yes, so, you know, early in his career, you could gap him, give him some space, but now you can't because he can knock that shot down. But he's just got a toughness about him. You know, he's a little guy, but he's not afraid of anything. And guess what? The guy on the other side of the court is built just like that.
Kemba Walker and Kyle Lowry, both amongst the leaders in scoring when handling the ball in pick-and-roll situations. All right, let's hear from head coach Dwayne Casey and some of the Raptors after practice this morning.
Still sore from Wednesday night, but I'll be all right. You got to be a pro's pro in this league, and you know, it's kind of hard, you know, going from 3 months of not doing absolutely nothing to, you know, back on the court running, jumping, and have to guard somebody. So the transition came quick, but better than ever.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, he has minutes, and he played, what, 13 or 14 minutes, and it's kind of what we thought. You know, first stint was really good. Second stint, you know, he's feeling the layoff of being out for, what, 6 months. So it's going to be a process. I don't know if it's going to happen in a week, 2 weeks, or whatever it is, but it's going to be a process of him getting in condition, getting in game shape, because you can do all these drills and all these, you know, workouts he's been doing, but nothing simulates a game situation.
Like I said, it was just one of those things. I was like, not again, you know, not another injury. But, you know, it happened. You got to move on from it. You know, it's still a little sore, but at the end of the day, I'm a warrior, so I'll show up.
All right, the thoughts of the head coach and some of his players. You can see the game tonight, 7 o'clock on TSN 1 and 4, and hear it on the radio side at Sportsnet 590, The Fan.